Hey guys, welcome everyone. This is what, Friday? Oh my God, Friday's here. Another week's almost gone, and we have an upcoming event. Is this Sunday at 12 o'clock Central Time, and is overcoming depression and anxiety. And a lot of people don't really understand how these things work. Of course, the big pharma and the drug industry are going to say it's a chemical problem. The reason why you have a problem is chemicals, and it's not true. The chemicals are there as a reaction to something else. Panic attacks, uh, panic attacks, and how panic attacks work. Knowing how to change the number one cause of panic attacks and depression is truly the key. So years ago, I mean, 25 years ago, I started using, neuroplasticity. I'm a behavioral engineer, making memory changes and adjustments in people's lives. And one of the most important things that I discovered when working with people, because I'd have a lot of people come who are depressed. And of course, I don't know what depression is, except they just don't feel good. So I started asking questions like, how do you know you're depressed? Do you have a reason for depression? And so what I discovered that no one's ever said, well, I was in the office and somebody spilled some ink toner. Everybody in the office are depressed. Or driving down the road and a big barrel of something comes out. And now everybody's depressed. But I ask them, well, do you have a good reason to be depressed? And they go like this. Oh yeah, I got lots of reasons. And so they're looking at all the references inside their mind. And then I said, do you have any happy memories? And they go, I should have something in here. So that gave me an idea that depression is a skill. It's an internal creation. But most people, they don't know what they're doing. They don't even know how it works. So one of the things that I discovered while working on individuals is to elicit emotional strategy of how they're creating depression. And depressions have many segments and parts and pieces to it. One of the ways is, first of all, if you come from an emotional crazy environment, where you're beaten up and abused, traumatized, and depression basically means I'm holding on to something to keep me safe. And by the way, depression has a positive intention behind it. It's not there to hurt you, it's there to protect you and also keep you in alignment with whatever you've captured from your past and from your experiences. So, like, for example, if you raise up an environment, they're always beating you down, they're humiliating you, embarrassing you, tormenting you, guilting you, and your brain says, I can't deal with it. Lay low, be quiet, don't make a noise, stay alone, suffer. And then you watch your mom and your dad being depressed. And so they're modeling depression for you. And then you grow up and you have good reasons to be depressed. Now, that's one style. One style that you've emotionally learned to survive in your family jungle. And the family jungle are to be depressed. It's safer that way. You don't get hurt, and you don't want to shine too much because you'll upset mom or your sister or your dad. So that's one style. But there's also other styles like um, you've had an emotional trauma. It could be like I worked with a woman just recently, and 35 years ago, she was in a relationship, and the guy really did a bad number on her, abused her, used her, belittled her, and traumatized her. Great sex, though. Great at the beginning. This is, oh my God, this is the man of my dreams. But he changed into something that wasn't a man of her dreams. And the devastation and the loss of a dream that he put in her head with his words and his actions became a heavy weight of depression. Like, and then sometimes we have these experiences and we unconsciously choose to carry this heavy emotional burden. Because see, when we grew up, what are you going to do with your bad feelings? Nothing. You'll swallow it down, you'll eat it up, you'll ignore it, pretend like it's there, or you torment yourself with it. Now, some people are really good at tormenting themselves with their thoughts and ideas inside their head. So that's another way. And oftentimes, depression kicks in. Like the woman I was working with, she had 7 children. Her life gave meaning when she had children. And unfortunately, they all grew up. Now they're not home anymore. And now she doesn't have a purpose in life. She's not happy. She feels like she's lost everything. And then she continues to feed this every day in her mind, which is another way of feeding depression. Now, anxiety and or panic attacks are very similar. And basically the internal processes is remember, anxiety and panic attacks, what their purpose is to save you, protect you. But consciously, we don't even know why we're having panic attacks and anxiety, or maybe we do know why. And so here it is, we got all this anxiety and panic attacks on the side, and the panic attacks are saying, hey, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want you to hurt me. I don't want somebody else to hurt me. I don't want to be traumatized. And so panic attacks trying to save you. But consciously, we think there's something wrong with us. We're screwed up. I want to die. I'm all alone. So these are all many ways that the brain will keep you in alignment with experiences. And I've worked with hundreds, if not thousands, probably more than hundreds, thousands of people who were depressed, extremely depressed, so depressed they were on 3 or 4 antidepressants. And of course, the first one didn't work. It worked for a while, but then again, our thinking started overriding the depression. And then we go to the next one, then we have 2 of them, and each one compounds. And now it's almost like drinking Jack Daniels or taking a hit of meth or some kind of drug, because what drugs do is they numb you for a while until your thinking overrides that. So, when I saw Tim walk in, he called me, with the Toastmasters, he called me and he comes in, I go pull him out in the foyer. He looks like a drug addict. He looked like he is beat up. So he comes in and sits in the office and says, hey, what's going on, Tim? Oh, my life sucks. I'm ready to kill myself. I already got a rope hung up in my attic. I said, well, what's going on? Here it is, Tim. If I look on the outside, he looks successful. Nice family, nice job, career, everything's going good, except inside of his head. Now, of course, I started asking questions. What's going on inside your life, Tim? He says, I just don't feel like I'm anybody. I feel like the world, my family would be better off without me, And by the way, this is his thinking process. He's tormenting himself, ragging on himself. And I said, well, why do you think this? Have you ever felt like this before? Have you ever bad experiences? He goes, yeah, I remember when I was a kid, we lived on the poor side of the tracks. My dad was a joke of the town, so here it is, I'm in school and the 2nd grade teacher said, you'll never amount to anything. You're just as sorry as your dad, which, that hurts, that hurts. And so he made a point, he's going to be somebody. So here it is, he's working so hard to be somebody. And so he's successful financially, has a nice family. But inside of himself, inside of his head, inside of his mind, he's still that little boy, the little girl, little boy who is hurt. And this weight and this program is weighing down on him. He's going to try to be somebody. But the bad thing is, he's working so hard and he's driven by trying to be somebody because inside of him, he has the pain, the abuse, the trauma, the witnessing of bad stuff. He took it with him being successful, even though he's successful on the outside. But inside of him, it's not successful. He still got the story. He still has the story playing in his mind of how they're the poor ones on the side of the track, even though now he has a home, a nice family, nice career, and he's ready to end it all. I don't know where you are in your life, a lot of times things happen and things change, and then we don't know how to move past it. COVID screwed up a lot of people's lives. A lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people lost their friends and their family. A lot of people lost lost their careers, lost a lot of stuff. Or it could be the death of somebody or divorce of someone, or that your kids are all gone. This depression feeling is heavy. I know, but there's a way out. And I have a 3-hour seminar coming up this Sunday, 12 o'clock Central Time. The link is in the bottom of this video. We can set you free. We'll show you how to do it. Depression is not a chemical problem. Depression is an internal process of information. Depression is trying to keep you safe based on something bad that happened. So many people came to see me stuck in the home, trapped in the home. They can't even get out. They're so afraid to leave their home. And then we do some work. We figure out why. We change the why. Depression's gone. So depression is not a chemical problem. And there's no chemical test out there. Call your doctor, call your psychologist. Is there a chemical test to say about chemical, depression? And they will never have, they don't have it. It doesn't exist. And so we have a tendency to buy into a story that isn't true. And you go, Here it is. You're having panic attacks. You're going crazy. You're scared. You're so scared to leave your own house, leave your own bedroom. And then you go to the doctor and says, God, I think something's wrong with me. And the doctor says, no, you just got depression, or you got panic attacks. You got a disorder. Oh, thank you, doc. I thought I was going crazy. But the truth is, it's all memories. And knowing how to change memories sets you free. Knowing how to change memories sets you free. Now, I've helped so many people with depression, and it will change your life. All right. So Juan had said, how do you update those memories that cause symptoms, bug you, and remember what really happened? Well, that's the thing that I teach. Memories are not stuck, real, and permanent. It's actually written on the cells of your cortices, and I have processes like the 6 ways of re-imprinting, 6 ways to change memories. And remember, memories are, like I said, not stuck, real, and permanent. They're not even designed to be accurate. They design for survival. And so how do you update those? Is you introduce new feelings, new information, you release the negativity, and you add something into memory. Because memory is like this. You take let's see, we got a little sticky note. We got this sticky note. So here you are, we're sitting here, and I say, oh yeah, I saw a dog today. And all of a sudden your mind will pop in a dog memory. You have a dog memory, and you think about the dog memory. And when you pull this dog memory up, what happens to the dog memory, when you pull up the dog memory, whatever feeling and emotions you have at that time will be introduced into the memory. So it'll be interjected into the memory. And then when you're done with the memory, your brain will take this card, rip it up, and rewrite a new one. So next time you visit the memory, you're not recalling the first original event. Each time you visit a memory, you're visiting the last update of the memories. And that's how memories work. So the $1 million question is, how do you change memory? And you're listening to the right guy, because I'm an expert at changing memories, and I help people change them too. Because again, we're going to update memories and rewrite the memories and embellish the memories to where when you go to the memory, it feels good. It's positive because you've changed it and updated it so much. It doesn't exist. Now, things happen, but it doesn't affect you. It doesn't hurt you, and it doesn't harm you. So if you're really serious and you want a better way of life, subscribe here. Ring the bell, update, keep up with the updates. Go to fasterft.com. And I have free courses there. I have courses on how to get rid of depression, how to get rid of fears, phobias, how to knock strokes off your golf game, and how to change your life. Depression is an internal process. Panic attacks, I'm an expert at panic attacks. Because when I had clients come in and I say, do you have a happy memory? And they say, somewhere. And do you have unpleasant memories why you should be depressed? And they got somewhere. They got lots of those in there. So I discovered, if I have people practice, first of all, we change the bad memories, update them. And secondly, we have them practice and rehearse what they want. So we have them practice, rehearse positive memories, happy memories. We have them practice gratitude lists. We have them practice. Now, by the way, doing the positive doesn't get rid of the negative. I want you to understand that. You've got to update the negative memory and change it where it's no longer negative. And if you have this skill, you can totally rewrite your future. The past cannot be changed. You have to understand that. It doesn't exist. So when you update memories in your head, you're not updating what happened. You're only updating the version you have within your mind. And if you change the version here, which, by the way, everything inside your mind, your brain re-gives you. You re-experience over and over again. And so we need to end the crazy cycle. So I just want to invite you to come learn how to take control of your life, how to live an empowering life, an overcoming life. And the way you do that is update your inner world. Know yourself. Know yourself is not your driver's license and your birth certificate. Know yourself is to know what you do within yourself and change the things that aren't good. When you change the things that aren't good, you know how to change you. If you want to love yourself is change the unpleasant memories within yourself. If you can't do that, you need to know. That is the skill that's going to set you free. So I have You Can Change Yourself course. You can go online. You can come this weekend. Join me on Sunday at 12 o'clock, 12 to 3, and you will see good changes for yourself. So it's Robert Jean. Come check us out. Your life is about to get better, and you deserve it. You deserve a better life. So we'll talk to you later.